Hey guys, how you doing? This is Kaylon, the Blessed Driver here, and so I'm going to do a quick vlog today because there's something on my heart I wanted to share with you guys, especially for those of you who are trying to make moves and trying to start a business or a venture or whatever it is that you want to do. But you may feel like, hey, I don't have the resources, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough support, etc., etc. Now, I wanted to share this with you real quickly because, for one thing, I'm taking a break, and second of all, I want to finish my Beyond Burger. This is a vegan burger. Anyway, so I wanted to say to you guys that if those of you guys that are trying to launch your business or your venture or whatever it is, and you may not have the necessary resources, or you may not have everything that you feel like you need, or maybe you're afraid to step out because you might not get the support, here's news for you. The thing is, if it's something that was ordained for you to have, it's going to happen. And right now, use whatever resources that you have to be able to make it happen. And I know sometimes people may be caught between a rock and a hard place financially, like a lot of us are. Or you may just be going through a tough time where you're only able to do so much for yourself to be able to get your business or your idea launched off the ground. However, when things come to your mind, it's not just you because, and I have to be real with you, God has a plan and a vision for all of us because he knows the plans he has for us. Jeremiah 29:11, okay? So the thing is, use what you have and make the most of it. For instance, you have a cell phone, okay? So you can use your cell phone as part of your business to be able to contact customers and clients and things like that, and also vendors, however you want to do it. Also, if you have a laptop or computer, that's also a tool that you have. And so being able to send out emails and newsletters and do your research and study your competitors and study your market, there's so many things that you could do. And even if you don't have Wi-Fi at home, you can always go to a library or a local, a coffee shop or something like that and use your Wi-Fi or something like that, and just utilize what you can, and there's so many free tools out there, guys. Like, I will also say YouTube, like my channel, for instance. YouTube has so many great features, and there's so many things that you can actually learn on YouTube that you might not be able to even get in a college or a university, or even paying a life coach to do, because there's so much information out there. And even for me as a filmmaker, I've learned so much from the internet, and YouTube has been like almost like a best friend to me when it came to learning and getting knowledge about the techniques and skills that I would need to utilize to be able to make films and stuff like that. Now, this doesn't discredit you from not going out to get an education or get your degree or to get whatever, but I'm saying for those of you guys who are not able to do that, may not have the time or whatever the case may be, you may be crunched for time or whatever, you can always utilize the internet because the World Wide Web is so full of information, and just make sure that you're able to get what you can while you can. And so definitely don't stay stuck. Don't stay where you are just because you feel like you might not get support. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things for some people to move forward in, is when they feel like they don't have support, whether it be from your husband, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, your parents, your kids, your best friend, your pastor, whoever, and I think it kind of draws people away from their goal and from their purpose because they feel like, hey, I'm not getting a pat on the back, I'm not getting the financial support, I'm not getting any encouragement. And sometimes you got to encourage yourself. And actually I'm in the mix of doing so many things, which is one of the reasons why I haven't vlogged that much, is because I'm in the mix of just doing so many different things. And so I have had to take time out so many hours a day or so many hours per week to set aside for myself, not just only for my son, but for myself, to get my businesses going. And as you guys have, know, I've told you before, I'm working on a film project. And so I haven't talked a whole lot about it, and I'm just being led by the Lord to do that and stuff. So like, there are some things that I can't share just yet. However, I'm utilizing what I have. I don't have I don't have a big film crew. I don't have a big budget. I don't have certain things like right now, only right now, but that's going to come in due time. So I utilize what I already have, and I've been blessed with that. And so I'm gifted with design, so I'm able to, design websites and stuff. And so I've been doing that for years, off and on. And so because of that, I'm able to build my own website, and the budget that I have, I had to go on Fiverr, and back then it was Elance. There's another website called Elance back then. I had to pay only so much to be able to get my logos done. So there's tools that you can use even on a budget. And also, I have a pretty decent camera, I have a Canon and stuff, but I use what I have to be able to make it happen. And even if I don't have a lot of people in support, I have just enough to be able to get myself by until I go to the next level, until I'll be able to make more income on a more consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? And so, things like that, I just want to share with you guys because, sometimes you see some people so successful, like, how did they get there? Well, a lot of people didn't start overnight, guys. Like, there are some people that I know personally, very well known now, that they didn't start like that. And please forgive me, my cabinet. I meant to close that. You see my cabinet right there in the back? Yeah, my cabinet. Yeah, right there. Anyway, so there are a lot of people that are well known now that I know that started from the bottom. Like, they were homeless. Like, they have kids. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 kids. I'm talking about kids, married and staying with relatives. I mean, and they're doing their thing. Some are artists. Some are makeup artists. Some are actors and actresses now. I mean, some of them have their own, coaching business and all kinds of things. And so I just want to let you guys know that they didn't start at the top. They started at the bottom with little or nothing, but they had a vision. And so just use what you can, guys, and even if you don't have enough money right now to get business cards, and if you do, make sure that you get business cards that are very well designed, and I'm not just using this as a sales pitch or, to click on anything, but, I have a link down there at the bottom to sign up for Fiverr. Fiverr is one of my well-known tools that I use to get a lot of my design work. Even like this logo that I have for the Blessed Driver, I hired a designer to do that off of Fiverr, and it cost me like less than $25 for her to do that. She did a great job. And so, I use the same person usually for certain types of projects that I need. And so, I had to go on there to get my film poster designed. I mean, there's so many things that is out there for you guys to use, even if you may not have what you need right now. Say, suppose if like you want to get maybe have somebody write a press release for you, or you might need somebody to design your business cards or your logo or your website. I mean, there's so many things out there that you can use, and maybe even you can learn yourself, like Wix. Wix is a great website to use to design your own site for yourself. If you guys need a website, and I would love to do that for you, but I don't know if I have the time to be able to design websites right now. But and even learning things on your own, like if you're a cook, you can always start your own gig, doing pop-ups or start your own restaurant. I mean, there's people, I'm telling you guys, there's people I know locally here in Orlando that are doing very well. They have their own restaurants, they have their own businesses, but they started locally. They started small. They didn't have anything. They just had whatever tools they had at that time, whether it's a husband and wife team or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, like whoever, family team or whatever, and they used what they had. And there are a lot of people out there, especially interns, like college and high school students, that would love to learn in their particular interests, their field of interest. If they could just tag along with you, that's also a good idea, is to get somebody that's want to be an intern. I'm not saying necessarily like not pay them anything, but try to give them something as far as compensation, whether it be gas or lunch or dinner or something like that. But I just used what I have available right now. I have access to the internet. I have transportation, thank you, Lord, and I have some support. And so I was able to contact certain businesses to be able to link up to partner, and they've done that. And so, but make sure that when you do those things, you do your due diligence, and don't just partner with anybody. Don't just go out and do anything because it's available. Make sure you do your research, study, and, look at a person's portfolio, look at their character. Make sure that, you're not just jumping into something just because it's there. Because sometimes things may be a good idea, but not a God idea, and you'll know when it's a good idea, it's because it'll start off great and then it'll crumble. And then it'll stay down there and you're trying to get up, but that's not your purpose because that's not what you're supposed to be doing, And so sometimes things do take time. It doesn't mean that you won't go through stuff, because that's part of being an entrepreneur. You might go through stuff. You might have days where you may make great money, and there's times where you may not. And there's times where you may get really good recognition, and then there's times where you may have some customers or clients that may not be happy with whatever, or you may have somebody badmouth you or whatever the case may be, but that shouldn't have to stop you. And even if I don't know why I feel like saying this, but even if you may not have the support that you need, or somebody to encourage you, to push you along the way, hey, I'm pushing you, start out there, and especially doing these app-based gigs, guys, I'm telling you what I know, this is what I'm feeling, is some of you guys are already at the point where you're already off of it now, or you're weaning yourself off of it, or you kind of feel like, I'm tired, I'm over it. That's the time to either move on to get a job, or to get a career, or to start your own business. And everybody's not ordained or designed to be an entrepreneur. Some people just don't have the savvy to be a business owner, and I understand that. But I'm talking about for you guys that are just feeling like, what, I don't have this, I don't have that, or what can I do if I don't have this? Start small, do your research, and then start building from the bottom up. There's so many ways that you can do it. Just start thinking of creating. For me, I pray about it. And when I pray about stuff, for me, the Lord, he'll show me. He'll say, you know what, don't do this anymore, because that's not your purpose. That's going to slow you down. It's a distraction. Focus on this. And that's what I do. And so I hope this helped you guys. You know, I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes, and it's 9 minutes and 58 seconds. And so I did pretty good. So if you have any questions, reach out, comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can also subscribe to my newsletters. I know I haven't sent them out in a while, but I'm trying my best. But I'm focused on some other things right now. So pray for me. Anyway, God bless y'all. Peace.